This is a walkthrough of our first aerobatic practice with Katya, the YAK-50, at the Abbotsford Airport in April 2020. All altitudes were flown at higher than show altitudes, as this is our first practice. We hope you enjoy it. Thanks for watching. Once the engine is started and stable, we make sure we have the minimum oil pressure at 1.5 kilograms per centimeter square and complete the after start checklist. We'll taxi out for a run-up and before takeoff checks once we have an oil temperature of 40 degrees Celsius and a cylinder head temperature of 120 degrees Celsius. During the engine run-up, we run the engine up to 70% RPM, where we check the engine temperatures and pressures are the normal range. Then we check the propeller governor, the magneto-ignition system, the carb heat, some electrical systems, and the air system, which is used to operate both the brakes and the landing gear. With a check of the flight controls, flight and engine instruments, and a review of the departure procedure, the before takeoff checklist is complete and we are now ready for departure. The takeoff happens quickly in a YAK-50. Stick back, apply full maximum power, and then move the stick forward to get the tail flying. The takeoff run is only a few hundred feet in the YAK-50. Once we're airborne, raise that landing gear and accelerate to climb speed. We'll start a right-hand climbing turn at approximately 40 degrees nose up. The YAK-50 is now climbing at over 3,300 feet per minute. Through 500 feet, we set climb power, 82% RPM, and 800 millimeters of manifold pressure. We have now coordinated with the Abbotsford Tower to make sure that the airspace is clear, and we are starting our turn inbound for our first maneuver. With a gate of 350k, 1,000 feet, we start a 5G pull to the vertical. This first maneuver will be a flat spin to the right. At 2,500 feet, we initiate by applying full aft stick and left aileron with full right rudder, and she enters smartly. After 4 rotations and 700 feet, we initiate recovery, power off, full forward stick to break the stall and neutralize the ailerons at first. 2 more rotations nose down, neutralize the rudder, keeping on the line with aileron and rudder, and recover back to our target altitude 1,000 feet and into a left turn. The next maneuver will be a gyroscopic tumble from a 60-degree upline. The target gate will be 350k and 1,000 feet with a 5G pull to that 60-degree line. Once we're at the apex, we'll apply full forward stick, right aileron, and left rudder, allowing both the negative stall and engine gyroscopic effects to take the aircraft off all 3 axes. On a 60-degree upline, the rotational rates are a little bit more graceful. From inverted, I'll neutralize the stick, allowing the gyroscopic effect to continue to rotate the aircraft. I'll help it out with a little right aileron to recover on the line, and we will recover back to our 1,000-foot starting altitude. We'll make a left turn to reposition the aircraft to fly essentially the same maneuver, but this time we'll fly it from a vertical upline. From the vertical upline, it gets a much quicker rotation rate and is much more spectacular to watch. This is known as the Lobster Tumble. This time we will recover in the opposite direction of entry. Notice the slight bump as we fly through our own wake turbulence. We'll reposition to set up for a double aileron roll. This is entered at 300k and also at 1,000 feet. During the second roll especially, slight rudder and elevator adjustments are required throughout the maneuver to keep the aircraft at altitude and on the line. Now we're repositioned to fly an inverted pass, this time a little lower with a gate of 320k and 800 feet. While not technically difficult to fly, it sure is a lot of fun. Those were all the maneuvers I wanted to complete on this first practice over the Abbotsford Airport with the YAK-50. We'll now set up for a high-speed photo pass, often referred to as a banana pass. This is flown at 100 feet and 430 kilometers per hour. We'll now fly our final photo pass from stage right, but this time it's flown at a more photography-friendly 330 kilometers per hour. Canopy back, gear down and locked, prop full forward, engine gills and oil cooler door open, final approach 150k. Over the numbers, power to idle, slightly offset to the right as I can't see over the nose. Land tail low, keep straight with the rudders. On a wide runway I land offset, but on narrow runways I land centered using my peripheral vision and the runway edge lights to stay centered. Once at a slow taxi speed and off the runway, I do the after landing flow, but not the checklist until I'm stopped. Time my slides transponder, gear safety lock, fuel shutters full open, oil cooler door full open, throttle 28% for cooling. Throughout the flight, you have to constantly monitor engine parameters and make adjustments as necessary. Once stopped, we run the engine up to 65% for 30 seconds before shutdown to scavenge oil. I can now get my pen out and make any recordings I need to, including flight times. There are no loose items allowed during the flight. Power to idle, prop back to course, mags off, winch engine stop, discharge the air and moisture from the air system. It's now time to secure and put away the aircraft. A big thanks to Kyle Winia from Airshow Addict for providing us with the external footage of this flight. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.